Hi everyone, Britta Albert here. If this is your first time here, I'm a spiritual transformational life coach. It's my goal for this channel to help you overcome the obstacles that are standing in the way of you living your best and most authentic life. In this video, I'm going to show you how to clear some trauma that's stored in the body. Specifically, this is the type of trauma that is stored with memories, and it's really helpful when you're trying to heal and you don't really even know where to start. I can't tell you how many times that I have attempted to sit down with myself, do medicinal dialogue or do healing, and I know I'm being called to heal something, or I know that something isn't feeling right in my body. Either I have a pain, or lately for me, my stomach has been upset. And for me specifically, that's pointing to my solar plexus. Now, if you're not familiar with the solar plexus or your chakra systems, I highly recommend to check out the chakra playlist up above. What this is going to do specifically, you can use this with the chakras or you can use it just with your muscle memories. This is a tool for you to be able to have some medicinal dialogue with yourself, to be able to help your awareness of not only where the trauma is stored, but also what the trauma is pertaining to and how you can better heal it. Because if you don't know that something is there, you can't heal it. You can't do anything about it. But before we continue, I want to invite you to subscribe if you've never subscribed before. I just checked out my analytics, guys, and I love you guys so much, but I realized that 90% of you guys are actually not subscribed. So if you can, that would really help me out a lot. It would help other people see these videos. So if this is not your first video, if you've watched at least one more video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and like this video as well. Now, if you're anything like me, there's a lot of anxiety going on in the world right now. And most of the time we carry that anxiety right here in the top of our stomach and our solar plexus. That's going to be above the belly button. And this is where you house your strength. This is where you house your courage. This is where you house your confidence. So if you're having stomach issues, specifically in that upper part of the stomach, and you've lost your appetite, or you're just feeling really stressed, or you're feeling really fearful, chances are that there's some energy inside that is moving around and it's needing to be processed. It's asking for your attention. One of my clients, and he's also a coach now, which you guys have seen him before, Justin, I'll put that video up above. He had a shoulder injury from when he was back in high school, and it was his right shoulder. Now, if you are familiar with the difference of the left and the right, I haven't made a video on this per se just yet, but imagine that you have a line going down your body. The left side of your body is going to be the divine feminine. The right side of your body is the divine masculine. It's not meant to be, oh, one is feminine and one is masculine and we love this trait and we hate this trait, or this is bad and this is good. Or you have to be balanced, just like you are with your health. Just like you are with your finances, just like you are with your mental health. We need balance in our lives. We need balance with the masculine and we need balance with the feminine. So if you're finding that there's a certain pain on a certain side of your body, specifically, so it might be shoulder like Justin's, which side is it on? For me, I get a lot of pain in the left side of my neck. And that tells me that that does have to do with the throat chakra. That's speaking my truth. That is living my truth, that is being my truth, but the divine feminine side might have some wounds, highly likely. Most of us have a wounded feminine, especially us females, because we see our femininity as weak. It makes us victims. It makes us vulnerable. That's enough for that right now. I want you to close your eyes with me, and if you're not able to do this right now, that's fine. You can listen along, but when you get a chance, come back to this video. I want you to replay this section because I want you to take yourself through this movement and through this exercise and see what it helps release for you. So go ahead and get to a place where you can close your eyes, where you're not going to be disturbed for the next few minutes. I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it at the top of the breath and exhale through your mouth. Another deep breath, breathing in your nose. Hold it and exhale through your mouth. Just kind of shake the day off. Just move a little bit, shake your arms a little bit. You can have your eyes opened or closed. For me, it's easier when I have my eyes closed because I can focus on my body and I'm not getting distracted by anything external. But I want you to do a mental scan from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. Is there anywhere in your body that feels uncomfortable, either a pressure or a pain or a hardening, like a knot or something like that? Now, wherever that is, I want you to put your hands over that area. So for my example, I'm going to put my hand on the left side of my neck. And I want you to ask your body, you can do this in your mind or you can do it out loud. Saying things out loud can be much more beneficial because of the vibration, but you can ask yourself either in your mind or out loud. Ask your body to show you the memory that's associated with that pain. And what's oftentimes helpful for me, if there's a lot of things coming up or even if there's nothing coming up, I'll be more specific and I'll say, show me the first time I ever felt pain here. And just allow the memory to come up without any judgment. Not trying to make sense of it. If it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. Sometimes things happen when we're so young that we don't even have the understanding of language yet. So we're not capable of processing thought the way that we can in our adult life. And if it doesn't make sense, can you allow it to not make sense? Can you allow it to just be and to show itself however it needs to come up? Because that is just releasing the energy. That is allowing it to leave your body. And if it is something that does make sense, you're gonna have that aha moment. You're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that this memory is what's stored there. That makes so much sense. It's gonna resonate with you because it's your truth. It's stored in your body. These are your memories, your trauma. Now, once you are made aware, how do you release it? How do you let it go through your body and heal yourself of that trauma? Well, every trauma is going to be different. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this is a one-size-fits-all miracle. You sit down for 5 minutes and you've just healed yourself of a childhood of abuse. It's not going to work like that, but this is how we start that process. It's one step at a time. For larger traumas, you can do this on your own, and I've given this analogy before. I am a spiritual life coach. If you want to work with me, there's a link down below to my calendar. Click that. Let's book a session. If you don't want to talk to me, I have plenty of fellow coaches and friends who have different specialties in different areas, and I can always refer. Now, do you have to work with a coach? Absolutely not. But the analogy that I always give is that if you are in a new town and you're navigating a new territory and you want to get to the grocery store, you can drive all around. Let's say you don't have GPS, or maybe you do because that's what this video is, right? It's a little bit of GPS. You're driving around and you're trying to find this grocery store. Eventually you're going to find it if you're persistent enough. If you drive enough and you get to know the roads, you might turn yourself around a couple times. You might have to refill your gas tank a couple times. Eventually, as long as you're persistent, you will find the grocery store. Or you can ask somebody for directions and they can say, yeah, it's just right around the corner. That's what working with a coach does. So whether you work with a coach or whether you do it on your own, you can get there. And I'm going to explain to you how it's done, whether you're working with a coach or whether you do it on your own. Feel what comes up without judgment. Without judging yourself as shame, I shouldn't be feeling this, or this is bad, or even victimhood, this person did this to me. Allow that energy to be expressed however it needs to be expressed. I had a rage session the other day for the first time in my life, and I allowed myself to scream. I was home alone in my house, and I was still too embarrassed to do it. I still had to grab a pillow and put it over my face to scream because I was so nervous of if the neighbors were going to hear it or what. I was by myself, and I still felt ridiculous. But I felt so much better after it was done. I screamed a second time, and I almost lost my voice because of it. But you know what? I felt like I was a teenager again. I released something in me that had not had a voice in at least 15 years. I know it's scary to think about feeling these things that we've locked away. We're dealing with these traumas now for a reason. They're demanding to be seen for a reason. It's because it's finally safe to go there. It's finally safe to unpack these things. You're finally at a place in your life. If it's coming up for you, you're finally at a place in your life where it's safe to look at it. Otherwise, it would not be coming up for you right now because it wouldn't serve you and you wouldn't even have the capacity to be able to do anything with it. Sometimes we get that divine feminine healing, which is the ripping of the bandage off real quick. And you get these just instant moments of where you have this realization of this trauma that was completely forgotten or completely buried and you didn't even realize it was there. And it just hits you in the chest and you may sob your eyes out, or you might get really mad or not even know what to do with yourself. And in those moments, it's like, well, what do I do with this now? In those moments, you don't do anything. And you're going to want to, because that's what we do. We want to fix things. We want to heal things. What can I do to get rid of this? What can I do to stop feeling like this? In those moments where it's too intense, you don't do anything yet. Just ask yourself, can it be okay for this to exist? Can it be okay for me to experience this? Can it be okay that today my work was enough that I learned that this was here? And I trust in the divine intervention and love and synchronicities that this will be healed as I'm ready to heal it. Today, I was only ready to acknowledge it. And I will slowly begin to heal this as I go. And it may take one day, it may take 3 days, it may take 3 years. But can that be okay? Because guess what? The same day or 3 days or 3 years is going to pass whether you heal from trauma or not. So if you're going to be 3 years older in 3 years, no matter what happens, do you want to be 3 years older and healed of trauma, or 3 years older and exactly where you are right now? As things come up to be felt, as you feel them, don't do the knee-jerk reaction of pushing it away and reburying it, because you're only causing more work for yourself. And if you do, because it happens a lot, especially as you're learning, be gracious with yourself. It's okay. There's no condemnation. These are tips I'm giving you. This is not an end-all be-all discussion of this is how you heal your trauma. Everybody's journey looks different, and it has to. Just like your career is different than mine. Just like your bank account's different than mine. Apparently, that struck a chord with somebody. Our journeys are just that. They're our journeys. Your walk with God is your walk with God. It's not somebody else's. Who you are right now is perfect. You've not missed anything. You are right on time. And if you're wanting to heal your trauma, if you're watching this video and you're feeling led to do this, there's a reason for that. Whatever this journey looks like for you, whether you do it by yourself, whether you do it with a coach, whether you do it by yourself right now or do it with a coach later, whether you do it with a coach now and then do it by yourself later. None of the above. All of the above. It's perfect. And I honor you. I love you guys so much, and I hope this video was helpful for you. If there's somebody that pops into your head, that's somebody who needs to hear this message. Please share this video with them. And again, I invite you, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. and also give this video a big thumbs up. Comment below, what was your takeaway from this video today? I love you guys so much, and I'll see you soon.